All right, so hey, I want to take the time to go through the highlights of our tournament. And I want you guys to realize, like, there's some really, really good teams that we played, and I don't want everybody to put all their marbles in did we win or did we lose. What we need to do is, are we better than where we started? And if I can make these plays now, can I make these plays more consistently? So I really want to take time to watch your development. So this is going to be a pretty quick video, but we're just going to watch the highlights and we're going to talk a little bit about things that we don't currently or we didn't do that we do now. So right here, Darren's driving. We see the back of his head. What does Desmond do that he didn't used to do? Backdoor cut, easy layup. Another. We're in a little bit of trouble with a trap, but immediately we need to make our triangles. Desmond's here. Ashton's flashes middle. DJ needs to hurry up and cross half court. So it's if you get trapped, it's pass, and then you'll have open guys. So we pass it to Ashton. Immediately, Ashton knows where to go with the ball. All right, pass, and when the guy helps, Gabe drops it off for a layup. We're running open. This is against a really good team. Kamal comes off the screen, rolls, doesn't turn his shoulder. Perfect pocket pass. I want to go all the way back to where we turned it over. Look how hard guys run when the ball turns over. And because of that effort, look at this. We get the ball, we outlet it quick. All right. And then look at this, a give and go pass, keep cutting. Gabe hits Darren immediately. We don't make it, but like I said, I'm more focused on the decisions that y'all are making versus the outcomes right now. Your 8th grade year doesn't matter in terms of wins. It's the habits you build. Okay, John drives, drops it off. Look how quick this shot is by Kamal. And this is him coming to shooting clinic. I know, ball in the air, you in the air. So to still be accurate after shooting the ball that quick is really nice. I like this because, you got Kamal getting better at dealing with length, throws a skip pass through a trap. Now watch Darren. As soon as he catches, he rips and goes. You have to remember, guys, you're the most open when you first catch it. So if you're aggressive right then to shoot like Kamal did or rip and drive, you'll gain an advantage. So don't wait for guys to get balanced. Excellent play. All right, now this is a pass, and this stuff seems simple, but we've been trying to make Ashton make this pass all year, and he drops it off and hits John for the reverse. Good. And here's the thing: as long as it shows up eventually, that's all we're looking for. So let's move on to another game. We get a good screen. Ashton makes him switch, so he rolls into the guy, and now we cause a switch. We throw it down to Ashton. And just think, this is different than the early one against Kamal because it wasn't hitting the roll guy, it was forcing a mismatch and then passing the ball. Now, again, like once you learn to execute, the game gets easier and easier. So we just got to roll now that we get the switch. This guy doesn't want it to be a mismatch again, so he leaves. And guess what? DJ gets a wide open three. And I'm not putting it there because he made the three. I'm doing it there because I'm putting it there because you guys are making people choose their poison. All right, so this is a really good play, and again, still doing this through execution. Now, one of the things to look for is as DJ touches the ball, Ashton used to just stand there. Ashton makes contact this time, so we throw it right over the top for an easy layup. All right, there's way too many highlights in each game to put every single thing. John played a super game, but this is the bust out drill. Darren gets it, busts out, and then throws it ahead. Puts some pressure on the defense. John unselfishly throws the ball. Now look at this. John sees they're not paying attention. He throws it in, gets him another steal. All right, and this isn't just a one-off. John pretty much did this all game. All right, so this is a baseline out of bounds play. Remember, John just stole it. Our goal is to score more off their baseline than they do, so we get a steal. Now look at this. This is a high-level play because you usually only see this at the NBA level, where there's a post-up and a mismatch. Because what happens in transition is the guard is back. So Desmond worked really hard to get down there, and look at Ethan. He just throws the ball down low to the mismatch, which means he's looking up the court early. Look at this. Sees it, makes contact. Probably could have made contact a little earlier, but nonetheless, like I said, y'all are starting to see things that I'm not sure most kids can see. Now here, this is good because as soon as that ball gets out, Kamal immediately makes sure the guy has to go baseline. He's not letting him out the corner. We got extra defenders sideline and baseline. And because of that, look at the pass that comes out. There goes Super John with another steal. And here he comes down the court. And then he does a finish he normally doesn't do. A reverse finish. You can see Jabari right there hype for him. All right, and this is back to training. This is even practice. Look at that reverse pivot, spin, drop it off to Desmond. Hey, that's excellent play. Show a few defensive clips because we kept up with some really good teams. And some of the guys that probably don't get enough credit was Desmond and Ashton. Look at this. If a guy drives baseline, where do you got to meet him at? Outside the lane line. Since we're in 12, Ashton gets there. Kids y'all's age do not want to take this floater because one, it's tough, and two, they don't practice it. So we wall up right there, and we got them taking really tough shots. And every time they got to see hands. And what I really like is that against all those teams, we made them score every shot over our head, especially early we did. Again, John pops in the game and immediately creates instant energy. I mean, the score is 0-3 right now. When we're here, Ashton should be on side of the ball, but nonetheless, the guy gets down there, and look at this wall up by Ashton right there. Don't leave your feet, Ashton, but that wall up is perfect. Forced to miss. Now, this is how you turn defense into offense. Quick outlet, throw it ahead before the defense gets back, and there goes John scoring down the lane. Don't get so redundant. I just want you to see the defense from Ashton and Desmond again. We kind of put some pressure. We sent Desmond out to go trap this ball because he picked it up. So Ashton got to protect the rim by himself. And there he goes, blocking shots. We get a great trap right here. We just need a rotating guy. But because all this stuff is too fast, he travels right there when he catches the ball. And again, just it's 9-11 at this point. And the main reason is because everybody's playing defense, but Ashton and Desmond are protecting that rim, and it's great. This is a big deal. I was talking about this with a friend, and this is like the cognitive part of the game. Darren was supposed to finish his cut, but he notices that there's space. Like the cognitive side of the game is super important because you got to have spatial awareness, pattern recognition. So as soon as he sees that they're in a zone, nobody's middle, look at Darren just flash to space. And then he learns the rule. What's the rules when you catch it middle? You look to score, high, low, then you look opposite. Immediately he throws it and makes a quick play so John will have time to score. Most kids would hold the ball, kind of panic for a second, and then find John, and then he'll catch the ball a second later, and this guy would have blocked his shot. But these are like really big cognitive basketball skills that we're learning on the fly in live settings against good teams. This defensive sequence, because y'all learn to cover for each other. So you see Energizer Bunny John up there pressuring the ball. Now right here, DJ's supposed to make sure this guy stays on the baseline, but he lets him out. So hey, we just recover. Ashton walls up. Ashton walls up again. All right, and eventually we just get a steal. And it's because even though we didn't run the defense perfectly, guys knew where they're supposed to be and how to cover for each other. Then I learned that we learned to attack on the fly. I was like, we got to do a better job attacking the middle guy. So we pass it back and forth and make them work. Then we get into the offense. And what's going to happen is this guy's covering middle perfectly. But after you move the ball so many times, kids get undisciplined. So now look at middle. All right. And because of that, we just move the ball. Now middle covers late. We look opposite. And then we have a wide open shot. And those are the laws of basketball. So like y'all are learning to create shots. Now it took us a while through the timeouts to get there, but eventually it's gonna become a habit to your game if you keep at it. There's no difference. It just shows you that we're able to apply instruction in a live setting. So let's see what we've done. We got a ball fake already there. We got Desmond middle. So now we had Ashton on the block to occupy this guy. So let's see what this does just because we did that. We throw it back and zip it to the corner. So now this guy has a reckless closeout. And that's all DJ needs to do is let him fly by and then take a shot. The way Darren attacks here, gets 2 on the ball, and that gets Gabe wide open for a 3. All right, so let's go to another game. We get a screen early, and because we get that screen, look at the roll over the top of everybody for an easy layup. It's an excellent play. There's not many kids and teams executing stuff like that. There's another play inside. I like these. There's a couple of things. Usually when we run pin downs, we screen the area, but you could tell DJ knows where Darren's man is, so he screens at his man. It's a little thing, or it seems a little, but it matters because now Darren's wide open. All right, then we roll to the basket and we run what's called a shake ball screen. So because both guys are on the ball, this guy has to guard both Ashton and DJ. So now we get it, and now Ashton gets a really deep post up, and he holds his ground. Let's back that up. Watch how deep look how Ashton holds his ground and doesn't get pushed out. All right, a big habit. All right, so now he's close enough to just take one dribble and go finish at the paint. Forces the coach to call a timeout. Hopefully y'all remember this. We called a timeout, and what we did is create spacing, and we kind of choreographed something to attack this zone with. So we gave Ethan the ball. We told Desmond to run point guard. And what that did is it allowed our two shooters to be on this weak side. So now, because Ashton is occupying this guy, they have nobody to guard DJ and Darren once we get the ball there. So it's a bad closeout, and now Ashton's open. All right, we get another bad closeout, and DJ just hits the floater. And all of this comes from, it doesn't seem like it's a plan or that y'all did it on purpose, but y'all know through our huddle that we did this on purpose and created that shot. And it was basically like, which guy are they not going to guard? And so it's really cool to see you guys execute stuff and just understand it in one single time out. And we basically got a huge, went on a 10-0 run because of this. I had like 3 or 4 of these, but I'm only going to put this one. You just got to trust that he was doing it. But basically we were like, hey, look, against this team, they're not looking to score here. They don't practice here. All he's looking to do is catch and reverse. So he's not a threat. So we got Desmond to go further out. The more y'all learn about players and teams, it helps you because now you can guard less court. So Desmond's like just abandons middle and gets big, gets a deflection. And again, he had at least 3 or 4 of these. And now our defense creates our offense for an easy layup. Good unselfishness in transition. All right, and we'll finish with this play. Again, we had Desmond running point. Great reps for him. One of the reasons I had Ethan over here is because Ethan, through the time, he's learned to throw like really good clock passes. And you're going to see in a second that he really needed to be able to throw it from different angles on this one. So we're running the same play. Desmond throws it to Ethan. Ethan hits the gap. And we got 2 shooters on the weak side with Desmond occupying the bottom guy. So when Ethan throws it, he throws it from like a 1 o'clock and it still gets deflected. Imagine if he threw it like he used to from his chest. So nonetheless, we get the ball. Because Ashton is occupying this guy, Darren's going to be open for a shot or a reckless closeout. So we get a reckless closeout, we get a floater, and one more thing is this is a quick DJ throws a pass without turning his shoulders, another training concept, and this is called a split stance by Darren. Split, go right by his guy, hit his floater. All right, so of course that's going to cause them to call a timeout. So, hey, I just wanted to make sure I took the time to break down the film so you guys could see what I see. I think I have a rule, you never lose twice. You don't lose on the scoreboard because there's only one team that's going to win the tournament. So everybody except for one leaves disappointed. And so I don't want y'all to think that, oh, we didn't win the tournament, so we're not good or we didn't get better. I want y'all to realize that we got a lot better. And if we continue to work and grow and we can make the same jumps that we've made over the past 3.5 months, then you guys are going to look very, very different in a year. So we got to keep at it and we got to keep growing ourselves. Congratulations on a good season, guys. Looking to see y'all in the gym soon. Later.